absolutely worthy of a place in the creative book of history. Wow. We would like, I mean, I think we say it every time on the show.
It's
we
so
have that
true.
button that you can do a drum roll, but unfortunately, I mean, Audrey, can you do
We
it?
don't have one.
We would like to welcome My Runway. We are so excited to have you in the studio.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks
now,
for having us.
Thank you.
you're more than welcome. More than welcome. Now, as Angel read, you know, your bio speaks for itself, and I can't wait for people who don't know what My Runway is, just to find out a bit more about you and why you're so invested in the youth and why you think that the youth are important. So we're going to kick it right off and we're going to go. So for those who don't know who My Runway is, can you tell us a bit about who you are?
For the 3 people out there that don't know what My Runway is, hello. My name is Kojo Marfo and I'm the founder for My Runway Group.
Wow.
My Runway is a platform for youth development and creative growth. So what started 5-6 years ago as just an event has now become a social campaign where we connect young people with the creative industry. We inspire young people to be idea developers. We run workshops, creative productions.
Wow.
We have charity works. Anything that is youthful, anything that promotes youthful excellence, anything that challenges young people to be, you know, the best of their abilities. That is what My Runway Group is about.
Wow. So, could you please introduce yourselves? And what roles you play within the Runway
Sure.
Group?
Like I said earlier, I'm the founder, so I don't do nothing.
Just chill
I just chill
and delegate.
and delegate back to myself. But I oversee the campaign in terms of the theme for the year, the staff or team allocation, and a bit of logistics and venue. So I kind of oversee the general operation of what My Runway Group is.
Mm-hmm.
And to my beautiful right is...
Hi everyone, so my name's Sharon and I'm one of the project managers for My Runway Group. So in terms of my role, what I do is oversee partially in terms of team performance, making sure everyone's where they're supposed to be, assisting Kojo in terms of coordination, deliverables, and just making sure everything happens on time. And then to my left we have...
Hello guys, I'm Ali Rasul. I'm basically the editor and the cinematographer of My Runway. Well, I've recently joined it and it's been like an amazing experience.
Wow.
I've met Kojo at a BFI event and it was a good experience. From then we started working on projects and it was amazing, yeah. So basically I look after, I create the visuals that you guys see on Twitter,
Oh, wow,
Instagram
okay.
and stuff like that.
You're doing some very good work there.
Oh, thank you.
Why are you laughing? I'm listening.
No, because you get to find out he's such a funny guy.
Character.
Oh, stop it.
He is a character and a half, honestly.
I don't want to stop blushing.
Right, now, so over the past 5 years, My Runway Group has operated as a creative youth engaging platform. Can you tell us some of the work that the youth are involved in?
We have an in-house scheme. So what we do is we open our doors to passionate creatives and just individuals that want to fit into our portfolio of roles, if that makes sense.
Right.
So there's 2 ways we go about it. We normally have like a creative call or open call where people that are interested in being part of the team in terms of youth development, in terms of event production, health and beauty, crowd control, putting events together, just DJing, anything that is creative art. We open our doors for people that are interested in that. And then also when people approach us saying, okay, you might not have this role, but this is where my interest lies, we create roles around their interest, because that's the best way to get the most out of them, especially when you're dealing with young people. So pretty much that's how we get people on board. Previously, we've always, since our very first show, had a charitable aspect to our projects and campaign.
Okay.
So from like the very first show, we raised money for our local church. It was based in Coventry at that time, Elim Church. So we donated money to an in-house charity called Embrace. So they look after vulnerable young women and kids in finding work and reprogramming them back into society. So that was our first charitable work that we did. And then the next show or the next campaign, we teamed up with Universal Smiles. So with Universal Smiles, what they do is they get young people off the streets during summer by engaging them in youth activities.
Wow.
Because they're very prone and vulnerable to, getting into like knife crime and other activities that might be detrimental to society in general. Our third production, we teamed up with ACLT. So ACLT is like UK's leading leukemia trust for black people.
Wow.
But we are very much underrepresented. So if, God forbid, I happen to have or acquire leukemia, I'm very likely not to find a donor on the register, because a lot of black people probably don't know about it or can't be bothered to join the register. So we used our campaign to create more awareness about the leukemia register and, get people to sign on and register. And so it helps in saving a lot of black lives. Our next show was when we moved to London officially, and that was in the O2 2 years ago. We reached out to KCA. So KCA is Keep a Child Alive, and that's Alicia Keys's charity organization.
Okay.
So we did charity awareness for them all through the year and had like international partnership. It would have been nice to see her come down, but her calendar didn't allow that. But obviously the partnership is more than just an individual, so we managed to hold our own in Europe, if that makes sense. And there's the show right before the show, our show last year, we had an in-house photographer that people might know as Sideris. So he committed suicide due to personal reasons, and a lot of people in the team obviously were close to him, and it was like a big blow. So what we decided to do is team up with Papyrus to create more awareness about youth suicide and mental health issues. Not just about the statistics involved, it's more about the help available to young people, how to read people's oral behavior patterns and the helpline and stuff like that in terms of dealing with each other. A lot of people might not know this, but youth suicide is the highest killer of young people under 30 in the UK. So you might think it's probably, dangerous driving or drinking or drugs, knife and gun crime. It's nothing compared to it. It's because it's like a taboo. We don't speak about it. We don't open up and even ask people whether, are you feeling suicidal? Are you okay today? It's something that we shy away from and assume everyone is okay, especially in this social media world when everyone is filtered with their expressions and only trying to put, positive or smiley faces out there. It was important for us to collaborate with Papyrus, and we gave them a store to engage with young people. We had 1,400 people show up last year, and it was very beneficial to them because they're based outside London, and that was one of their first projects in terms of engaging with a London based audience. And this year we thought, we still can do more in the space of youth suicide. So we've gone back with Papyrus, and we have a meeting with them this week to see how best we can run a lot of seminars, workshops, and interactive youth engaging activities that will create more awareness about, how to help each other in terms of youth suicide. So that's more of the charity side of what my Runway group does. On the youth development side, we work with organizations and create our own programs that develop youth talent or interest. So about 2 months ago, based on the theme that we have that we're probably going to speak about later, we teamed up with British Film Institute to run a film industry night. So basically celebrating young people in the film industry, and that was a very good turnout. And previously for London Fashion Week, we teamed up with Condé Nast and Rizet to run a workshop about futuristic materials, and like there's this cool stuff, right? If your mood changes, the material changes, and that's going to be like the next big thing, and it's fronted by young people. So we just expose people to the future of fashion and technology, which is what Fash Tech is all about. So that's one of the things that we've done. And the final thing is we teamed up with Coventry University doing Global Entrepreneurial Week, if I got it right. Yeah, so we run an in-house workshop. We took creatives from London in the area of fashion, music and art, and we took them over to Midlands to speak and inspire young people that might not get to engage with people like that based on location or demographic distance and stuff like that. So pretty much, I'm sorry for I'll keep going if you don't stop me, but that is some of the things that we've done in the past.
That is a lot.
But it's good.
Thank you.
It's very good because especially as we live in a time where we only see one side of youth culture, and to be able to, well, give the youth the chance to show the good side of them, I guess.
Right.
Will help people maybe see youth culture differently.
Right, of course.
And so I think that's wow. Well done.
Thank you.
Definitely. I mean, go ahead.
I think it's good because you see this whole topic is quite hard for the youth because you think stereotypically the youth will follow their circle. They won't have their own voice because they shy away from it. I think having a topic like this where some people can relate to is good because it separates those who listen, who have their own voice, and instead of just following someone else. Because a lot of people, they hide things. They're scared what people might think, and that's how stereotypically that's how teenagers are seen as. Sometimes that is the case.
Absolutely. Wow. I feel like it feels like the interview's finished. Okay, let's move on. This year, I mean, all over social media, I've seen it everywhere. The campaign is centered around, the youth with such a trending hashtag. Hashtag the youth will be televised. What does this mean?
So I'll answer that. So the youth will be televised we see on the media and the television all the time such negativity views of young people and what they do. Also focus on knife crime, gun crime, kids underperforming in school, and there hasn't been much of a full focus on what positivity young people do in the community, in their schools, amongst their peers. And the youth will be televised as a platform this year to lift up youth people, to show us their talents, what they're good at. And you'll see on our platforms such as our Instagram and Twitter page and Facebook page, we've been constantly posting some of the unique and great things young people have been doing. And this has always been there, but there's been no platform to raise that up, just to show other people their core talents and what they're doing amongst their peers. So in terms of us as a organisation, we just think it's really important more so for us to go away from the negativity of young people and centre it around more about positivity and just completely outweigh what the older generation's perception of us millennials and younger generation is.
Wow.
And to ask the question, why is it so important right now to have this idea of the youth will be televised?
I think it's actually a sequel to what you mentioned earlier. So last year we had a campaign called Run, just remember us now. Just try and get young people to do things whilst they're younger and not when they're older. So with that, we just thought we saw a lot of in-house development. People started their own PR campaigns, companies, businesses, services, and we could tell that there's a ripple effect around us, and people around us are doing great things. So we thought, why stop such a campaign when you can have a sequel to it and actually now showcase the amazing people that are in the youth community, like Sharon was saying, and also by doing that, you change the misrepresentation of young people by the media. Because what you realize, especially dealing with young people, is anything that is cool becomes like trophy to them. So if all they see is negativity in press and media, on television, on their screens, getting circulated around them, when they're young and vulnerable, they're thinking, this is what I have to do to either be famous or to get, some media attention or to be the cool guy in school. But you don't want to do that. So I feel like the media has a big role to play. And if they're not going to change things as quick as we want it to, then we're going to be the media and we're going to showcase all the amazing people that are doing things, and we're going to put them on. So then it becomes another ripple effect when no one really cares about negative news again. All of a sudden it's going to have like a 360 change, and all they put out is amazing young people like yourselves that are giving platform to people like us.
Why thank you, Joe. That was well said. He said then we will become the media. I like that.
Yeah. No, it's important sometimes just to take things by force.
Right.
Yes.
You do it. If it's
Grab
not there,
it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If it's not there, you do it. So apart from what we've seen on social media, what else does the team, as a team, what else do you experience?
I think for ourselves individually, My Runway's been going on for a few years now, and the team does change every year slightly, and it just gives people the opportunity to do roles that they wouldn't get I think for a lot of young people, we can say it's quite hard for us to get that entry-level job. So if you can get a company or organisation that's happy to get you on board, help you establish those skills, take on your skills and develop them from such, a young age, it helps us in terms of the core group. Myself being one of the project managers, I've never really had the opportunity before to do or take on such a role. So for myself, I've benefited from it more or less. And I think most of the other members of the team, like Ali said earlier, how he met Kojo and now he's part of the team, it just really gives us our own platform as well as those who are also will be quote unquote televised, as the youth will be televised. So I think it's a ripple effect for everyone.
Drop the mic.
Well said, Sharon.
Drop the mic.
See, everyone came prepared, so
Word, say word, right.
It is what it is.
Thank you. I feel like, okay, I got this. Right. Okay, so we are so excited to hear that My Runway is back. And in just a few weeks, I think under 2 weeks or so. Is it under 2 weeks or a month?
We got 3 weeks.
3 weeks or so. On the 10th of September, live in the O2 Indigo, another production will hit Greater London. Yes. Is that right, Greater London? Yes. Yeah, thank God. Now, I'm excited. And for those, again, who are watching, who are listening, who have never been to a My Runway event, what do they need to expect and why should they buy a ticket and come down?
First of all...
Buy the ticket without asking first. Then you can experience it.
Thank you, Ali. You have to buy the tickets first. It's the first way of supporting us. And you wouldn't find this production anywhere. We're the only people that do this. We've done an intensive research. No one does what we do anywhere. So if you're the type of person that appreciates bespoke entertainment, bespoke production, tailored to youth, tailored to people that appreciate quality and detail, like Ali stays up till 4 a.m. putting work together towards the production. Sharon doing the same thing with project management. The team can go up to over 100. Managing all these people is not a joke. But it's the good thing about it is for us and it's by us. So you're not going to be seeing something represented that, something that is showcased that doesn't represent you. So whatever we do is what we think young people will appreciate. So we have quotes on screens that will inspire someone. We have different type of, entertainment factors that I can't go into detail, and a lot of fashion shows. Like I've been involved in a lot of fashion shows, and it takes a week or two max, and you're done in terms of preparation. We go 6 months sometimes, and intensively about 5 weeks with the models, having boot camp with a creative director. So there's a lot of details that go into such a production, and that is what we're going to be showcasing or outdooring on the night. So it's a mix of everything. We have a pre-show art exhibition for young artists across the UK that need a platform like that to showcase their stuff. Obviously, we have our charity side of things as well, and we have our creative production. So it's a night of youthful excellence, youthful celebration. If you consider yourself youthful, which has no age limit, then you should be at the O2 on September 10th to witness what we've been working so hard to produce.
It's amazing. I mean, how do we get tickets? Where do people need to go?
Ali handles the tickets.
Isn't it the Eventbrite?
Oh, come on, Ali. No, it is an Eventbrite. I just wanted to put him on the spot.
Don't be silly. I was going to say, that whole experience, it's not just fashion. I'm just speaking from experience. Like, when I was there, even during the auditions, you had people who are photographers, videographers, you had production design, you had everything behind the scenes. And those who are behind the scenes are even progressing in their field, if you know what I mean. So it's not all about the models sometimes or the fashion itself. It's like, it's more than just that. Even on the night, it's going to get like so creative. Everyone can get involved, if you know what I mean. Like it's like you'll get greater at every field you're in. So we even have painters. So if you feel like this is not for you, it is for everyone. It's for everyone. You could be a footballer and still get involved, like, if you know what I mean. It appeals to everyone.
Footballers, you heard him.
And back to the ticket, it's myrunwaygroup.com/tickets, or just go on the website, which is myrunwaygroup.com, and there's a ticket tab where you can purchase your ticket.
Awesome. Awesome. I mean, I hope they're getting free tickets.
I mean, it's an
Just
annual
put that out
habit.
there.
Sort of discount.
Aside you two always getting the tickets, which is important because. Oh, sorry. I thought I was gonna slide that past you.
Wow.
Right. So
I'm attentive.
this year we promised to give you tickets again, and we were discussing on our way to also give 2 tickets out to.
Oh, is it?
2 pairs of tickets to your lovely listeners, for taking
Wow.
time out to listen to what we have to say.
Awesome. You heard him for yourself.
That's a big one, you know.
Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you. So you did mention something earlier that sometimes a team can work well into 6 months, even after the show
Right.
had finished. Obviously, which shows that the team is constantly working around the clock, producing awesome material. Just for me. Thank you, guys. Are there any projects that are in the pipeline that you could share some detail on?
Sure. Again, what we try to say to people and translate over to our audience is that it's more than a fashion show. So it's a whole campaign called The Youth Will Be Televised. So with that, we're going to be having a series of projects leading up to the show and after that as well. So we had a film industry night. This year, we're going to have a music industry night. We're going to have a creative production show. We're going to be producing our own magazine called Run 100, which is going to showcase the first of its kind, 100 young people across UK, where you can pick up a magazine and feel inspired, follow their socials, read about their struggles. And we feel like that has to be documented because the youth are doing so much across board. So aside that, we have different workshops that we're looking to tour either October for Black History Month. So we'll be hitting like Coventry, Kent, Liverpool, Manchester, and then engage with young people over there. So we now have ambassadors across UK in about 6 to 7 cities. We're hoping to keep the numbers up so we can have an ambassador in every city. So what they do is they look out for the young talents in their local areas and they report back to us to say, there's a kid over in Manchester that is very good at drawing and we feel like we have to put them on. We have to put them in the magazine. We have to put them in interviews and stuff like that. And Ali is also working on interviews that will showcase young people across the UK. So another project that we work on, myself and Ali are actively involved in that, is we've created a podcast called Run This Town. So we see the youth community as a town and the young people that are running this town, we invite them over to have a discussion about their life and their struggles. And we've filmed about 3 episodes so far, and it's going to come up on like podcast and SoundCloud and YouTube visuals. So it's just different activities that we're going to be running through the whole year. And sorry, this question is actually for the project manager, but I chipped in if you want to say something concerning it.
Like Kojo said, it's more than just the fashion show, and it's more about what we're doing in September. It goes beyond that. And I think for a lot of what we do, a lot of people think it's just about London, and like Kojo said, it's not just about London. The youth are everywhere, and I think for the UK especially, we have to acknowledge there's people other parts of the counties doing extraordinary things who probably don't even have the platform to be lifted and really go as far as they can and be celebrated. So like Kojo said, in the next few months you'll probably see up and coming new people you've never heard of across the country doing great things, and I think it gives us a good way to network and communicate for good purposes. So yeah.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ali, you have to say yeah now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, so if there is someone watching or listening who would like to get involved in My Runway Group and maybe be part of the team or part of some of the projects you're doing, how would they go about doing that?
I'll say come to the show first.
Say hi.
Say hi. Get in. The easiest way or the more accessible way is through the website. So again, myrunwaygroup.com. We have a contact page where you can select why you're emailing us, if it's partnership, if you want to be a part of the team, if it's sponsorship, if it's just advice. We have a column for everything that we think people might be coming on the page for. So you can go through myrunwaygroup.com, go on the contact page, and then select the reason why you want to email us. Someone will get back to you, hopefully Sharon, hopefully Ali. It depends on your area of interest. We have heads of interest like Pamela and Sharon head the project management area. Ali's head of visuals. So it depends on where you're going, and we'll assign you to the person that is going to be looking after you or helping you develop your skills. Apart from that, if you have social media handles, you're looking at My Runway Group across board on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. I think it's My Runway London. Apart from that, everything is My Runway Group, and you can DM us. There's always someone that's going to get back to you, and we're here for the young people. So don't be shy. This might be your moment. We actually need people that are passion driven to run this campaign. So if you're looking to be a part of us, that's the way to find us.
MyRunwayGroup.com.
Yes, madam.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Let's do this, right? So before you go,
I don't want to go.
Oh, no, it's that time already.
I know, that was so quick.
That wasn't even. We didn't even get started.
We had so much in us.
Don't worry, there's always come back next time.
What,
Come
next
back
year?
Next year.
Come back.
Oh, come on.
Come back next time. Before you go, right? We want to play a little game, but just before that, if people want to connect with you, where can they do so?
Okay. I'll go first, innit? If you find me on, actually not Snapchat. Inappropriate. No, I'm joking. You can. Ali.Rasul on Snapchat and Instagram. Twitter, same thing, but with an underscore and without a dot at the end. Between that.
Don't get lost.
Yeah, actually, just if you just say Ali Rasul and you'll find me.
That's it.
I'm baked. No, I'm joking. Kojo.
I'm Kojo Steve Austin. That's my real name.
Yeah.
Across board. So, Audrey, you're not my friend today. She's just saying everything. So it's just Kojo Steve Austin on Instagram, Facebook, or Kojo at myrunwaygroup.com.
Thank you.
And with myself, it is my name as well, and it's Akos Brandy, so AKOS Brandy,
Because she looks like Brandy.
because I look like Brandy,
Oh.
and Akosia. So we've merged the two into one, so Akos Brandy. And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, all the social media platforms as well.
Wow.
Thank you very much. Now, as I said, we're going to play a quick fire round of a game. I'm going to give you 5 seconds each. We're going to shout out names and just tell us the first thing that comes to your mind. Kojo, favourite movie?
The Count of Monte Cristo.
Ali, favourite food?
Chicken.
Sharon, favourite book?
The Bible.
Oh.
Is that a book?
Points.
It's a book. It's a book.
Wifey material.
Kojo. Favourite holiday destination?
Bali.
Oh, Bali.
In-
How many times have you been there?
Never. But that is my dream spot. Bali. I'm going.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
Ali, if you could be any character from any TV show, which character would it be?
I'll be Mufasa. Is that a TV show? Sorry, not Mufasa.
It's a
Lion
film.
King.
Lion
Okay,
King.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Is it a TV show?
It's
a
alright,
movie.
It's a movie, but
Yeah,
we'll give you
I'll be
that.
Simba.
Okay.
Not Mufasa. His daddy dies early.
Yeah. He got killed by Scar, right?
Sharon.
Okay.
I'm asking this question because my wonderful co-host has recently written a book called 30 Day Cleanse. I'll just put that out there.
Congratulations.
Well done,
Audrey.
Audrey.
And it will be out very, very soon. So, guys, please do watch out.
Is it on
30 Day
Amazon? What
Cleanse.
platforms is it?
It's not. It's not.
Audrey,
It hasn't
Yet
been
to be
released
launched.
yet. So once it's launched, it will
Oh.
go on Amazon.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's wicked.
So, Sharon, if you were to write a book, what would you entitle it?
I Am You.
Oh.
Oh.
That's a strong
Elaborate.
Yes, it was I Am You.
So I Am You would mean I am. Wait, you, because I feel like everyone goes through the same things. So
Okay,
I
okay.
am you. So when you read the book, you're reading yourself.
Guys, that's
Oh,
copyright.
you got it.
And we have to copyright that as soon as we leave here because,
Copyright.
we might have to do that now.
Wow. I Am You. I love it. Guys, we'd like to thank you.
No,
Oh,
please.
Wait, can't we run?
Can we still have this?
Come on, we're in
going?
London. Come on.
Please, we came a long way.
Yes, we did.
You know, it's happy hour, and you know, the
Oh.
hour is up. Hour is
I
up,
have,
guys.
I have been pretty
It's
happy.
not even up.
I've been quite
We
excited.
got 4 minutes. There's so much we can discuss in 4 minutes. Okay, it's fine.
Oh God.
We'll continue online.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. We'd like to thank you so much for your
Oh,
time.
thanks.
Thanks for having.
Honestly,
Thanks for having
breath
us.
of fresh air. I mean,
That's right, man.
we have a few comments here, and
Oh, we
Uncle
do?
Seth says, "That's my future president, Kojo." The way you were speaking,
Yes,
you
man.
know, you know what you're
That's
about.
my uncle.
Yeah.
No, he's
You
my.
want me to put that out there? Hello.
No, that's my favorite uncle. Yeah. He's so
How many
yeah.
uncles are on this right now?
All my uncles are listening, by the way. My family's very supportive, but that's my favorite uncle. Shout out to Uncle
I love
Seth.
Kojo.
Oh no! Honestly, you guys, you know, you've done it amazingly.
Well done.
I wanna
Amazingly
You're
well.
doing
stay.
big things, man, and it's about time. You know, the youth are recognised for the good that they do.
It's
Sure.
about time
Yeah,
that
it's
the
about
youth
time.
are
Yeah, definitely.
televised.
There's a lot of
Absolutely.
talented people out there, especially young people, and they don't achieve their full potential because they get influenced by others. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this
yeah.
project will definitely support everyone that goes through these struggles.
And we
Wow.
all do. So I would encourage everybody to try and get on board. Don't be scared. You know, this is a platform for
Definitely,
you.
Mm.
So just make the most of it.
Very friendly people as well. Amazing
right.
people we've got.
Very funny.
Don't
people.
forget, guys, to get your tickets. www.myrunway.com.
MyRunwayGroup.com.
Hallelujah.
Every ticket counts.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, guys, very, very much, guys.
Thank you,
No.
Oh, sorry. All right, I'm gonna turn off your mics. Bye.
Oh.
Right, guys. So this part of the
It's like,
Oh,
you go on a nice car trip, you come back home.
Wait, what time did we start?
So, guys, we are now entering the last segment of our show. Honestly, I think they don't want us to go. They don't want to go. We have to quickly get through this bit. This part of the show is where we leave something real with you, something meaningful, something to carry you through the week. And it could be a testimony, some words of inspiration, or a word of the week. And today, actually, you know,
Word of the week.
I think based on our discussion, I'm going to turn on Kojo's mic.
Oh, thank you.
And we want you to give our wonderful listeners a word to carry them for the remainder of the week.
I'll be brief because I know we're not good with time at the moment. I would like to say everyone should have an ethos in life. One of my personal ones is Romans 8 verse 18. It says the present suffering cannot level up against the future glory that's going to be bestowed upon us. As creatives, as young people, you're going to go through so many hard times, challenging times. Your friends wouldn't support you. You feel like you're by yourself. You start feeling suicidal. But whilst you're going through this, remember you're choosing to go through these trials and tribulations only because what lies ahead of you is greater than what you're going through now. So have ethos, have quotes. Another thing I like to leave with our audiences, your input must match your desire. So anything that you want to do, as much as you want to see it happen, put that same level of effort into it, and by God's willing, it will happen for you, and you'll be the greatest that's ever done it. Amen.
Wow. Well said.
Thank you. That was
Wow.
beautiful, man.
You must have an ethos.
For that, can we have 2 more minutes?
That was President Kojo
Your input
Amen.
on the mic.
Wow.
2017. No, when's the next
Oh.
presidential?
Audrey.
2020.
2020, yes.
I'm for president
2020. Oh,
If
yes.
I get the votes, I'll do it.
You got my
Amen.
vote. You
Or
got
Prime
my
Minister.
vote. As long as I get a ticket.
And my uncle's vote.
Yes. Absolutely. Guys, we hope you enjoyed that, feeling all vitalized inside. No 2 Tuesdays are the same here on Happy Hour, so please do share the love. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and there are many ways you can do that.
That is correct. You can follow us on Instagram, which is Happy Hour Tuesdays. You can like our Facebook page, which is Happy Hour Tuesdays. You can follow us on Snapchat, which is HH Tuesdays. You can follow CAP UK Radio for more on what is happening with the radio. And you can follow Angel on Twitter.
She is Angel B.
And you can follow myself at Miss Auds, AUDZ, for updates and content on what's happening with us, any special guests, anything that you would like to know, you can find that by following us. Also, we would like to know what you thought of today's amazing show. If you have any questions or anything that you didn't get to say, you can email us at info@happyhourtuesdays.com.
Yes. We are here on Tuesdays bringing you your favourites. Now, we know 1 hour is simply not enough, as
Clearly.
My Runway Group has clearly shown. So you can actually catch up on SoundCloud and YouTube for more. So literally just go on YouTube, search Happy Hour with Angel and Audrey, and all our stuff will come out. Or if you are a SoundCloud lover, it's www.soundcloud.com soundcloud.com/happy hour with Angel and Audrey. Also, guys, if you'd like to get into the studio or advertise with us, you can get in touch the same way. It's info@happyhourtuesdays with a z.com.
That's right. And sadly, we've come to the end of today's show.
I want to cry.
Hope you enjoyed it.
But it's happy hour.
Exactly. It's a burst of happiness for an hour.
Yes.
That's what it is. And we hope you enjoyed today's
Make sure you
show.
follow us on our socials. You better.
Support the movement.
Is this mic on?
Yes, it is.
Please do.
Turn it off.
We hope you enjoyed today's show as much as we did. You can catch us again on Tuesday at COP UK Radio from 8 to 9 p.m.
Yes, we're going to leave you with Erica Campbell, I Love God. We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I love God. You love God. That's right.